Good day, viewers. I think it's become my routine to correct and start, or to correct and begin, if you like. So let's go to the correction. In my last video, uh, I couldn't remember quite the reaction of Professor Abdul Wahab and Najid to Darwin's theory of evolution in his book Al-Qasas Anbiya'u, which means the narration of the prophets. This was quoted in the book of Sheikh Mohammed Sabur, Sheikh Ali Mohammed Sabur. He quoted an Najjar statement, and the statement is, the monkey is a backward man, but man is not an advanced monkey. This is what I failed to remember. So that is it. I repeat it. The monkey is a backward man, but man is not a backward monkey. So Darwin's theory of evolution is here challenged by the professor, that's Abdul Wahab and Najjar. Let's go to verse 168, which is the beginning of section 21. What does it say? Ya ayuhan nas, kulu مما في الأرض حلالا طيبا ولا تتبعوا خطوات الشيطان. O ye people, ya ayuhan nas, eat kulu of what mimma fil ardi, of what is on earth, lawful and good, halalan tayyiban, lawful and good, halalan tayyiban. And do not follow the footsteps of Satan, for he is to you an avowed enemy. This has been said in many verses in the Quran. وَلَا تَتَبِعُوا خُطُوَاتِ الشَّيْطَانِ إِنَّهُ لَكُمْ إِنَّهُ لَكُمْ عَدُوٌّ مُبِينٌ. Let's go to 68 and see. إِنَّمَا يَأْمُرُكُمْ بِالسُّوَاءِ وَالْفَحْشَاءِ وَأَن تَقُولُوا عَلَى اللَّهِ مَا لَا تَعْلَمُونَ. For he, referring to Satan, for he commands you what is evil, suwa'i, wa fashai, what is evil and shameful, fashai, suwa'i, wa fashai, and shameful, and that he should say of God what, and that ye should say of God that of which you have no knowledge. So he will let you, Satan will let you say anything about God. Things that you don't know, Satan will let you say them about God. Demean God. That's what this means, in my opinion. Let's go to 170. What does it say? What is? قِيلَ لَهُمْ اتَّبُعُوا مَا أَنزَلَ اللَّهُ. وَإِذَا قِيلَ لَهُمْ اتَّبُعُوا مَا أَنزَلَ اللَّهُ وإذا قيل لهم اتبعوا ما أنزل الله قالوا بل نتبع ما ألفينا عليه آباءنا أو لو كان آباءهم لا تأكلون شيئا ولا يهتدون. So, when it is said to them, follow what God hath revealed, they say, Kalu, nay, but we shall follow the ways of our fathers. Then it stops there. But God is saying, say, what? God is saying, talking now, what? Even though their fathers were void of wisdom and guidance, آباءهم لا وهم لا تأكلون أو لو كان آباءهم لا تأكلون. What? Even though their fathers were void of wisdom and guidance, because their fathers came before the revelation, the Quran, and some came before others came even before the Injil, the Torah and the Injil. So let's go to 171. ومثل الذين كفروا كمثل الذي ينئك ينئك بما لا يسمع بما لا يسمع إلا دعاء ونداء. The parable of those who reject faith is as if one, it's as if one, it's as if one were shout, it's as if one were to shout, sorry, let me begin it. Let me start again. The parable of those who reject faith is as if one were to shout like a goat herd to things that listen to nothing but calls and cries. Huh? And then it adds, Summun, Bukumun, Umyun, deaf, dumb, and blind. Huh? I repeat it. Summu, Bukmun, Umyun, deaf, dumb, and blind. So when you advise the unbelievers, this is what the reaction you will deserve from them. They are deaf, dumb, and blind. Okay, that's the parable. Remember, Jesus made a lot of parables, so there are lots of parables in the Quran too. Let's go to why not? Uh-huh. They are void of wisdom. Yes, let's go to 172. Ya ayuha lazina amanu kulu min taybati ma razaqnahum wa ishkuru lillahi in kuntum iyahu ta'budun. In kuntum iyahu ta'budun. O ye who believe, eat of the good things that ye have provided, eat of the good things that we have provided for you, that's God, and be grateful to Allah, or be grateful to God if it is Him you worship. In kuntum iyahu ta'budun. If it is Him ye worship. So, 173. Innama harama alaykum. Yeah, here we are going to the foods or the meats that are forbidden by God in the Quran. Innama harama alaykum al-maytatum. Innama harama alaykum al-maytata wa adamma wa lahmal hanjir wa ma uhila bihi ligayri llahi. فمن اضطر فمن اضطر فمن اضطر فمن اضطر غير باء ولا عاد فلا إثم عليهم إن الله غفور رحيم. So he hath only forbidden you of dead meat, and blood, Adam, and the flesh of swine, lamel, hanzir, and that on which any other name had been invoked besides the name of God. If you are going to slaughter in Islam, you say Allahu Akbar. And you mention God, Bismillah, Allahu Akbar. And then you mention, if you mention any other thing other than this and you slaughter an animal, that meat is prohibited. People call the names of other gods before slaughtering something, no, or their grandfathers, or no. you mention God. Mm, uh-huh. Then, besides, but if one is forced by necessity without willful obedience, nor transgressing due limits, then he is guiltless. For God is oft forgiving and most merciful. Let me take that in Arabic if I can. فمن اضطر غير البائك ولا عاد فلا إثم عليهم. No sin on him. إن الله غفور رحيم. But if one is forced to by necessity without willful obedience, nor transgressing due limits, then he is guiltless. For God is not forgiven, most merciful. Maybe in times of war, or you are amongst people who don't believe in the Quran, they eat anything, and you are compelled to eat it. God says, don't go hungry, don't starve yourself. In the Bible, thou shalt not commit murder. If you knowingly know that you knowingly avoid food and die, it means you are committing murder. So you can eat. God is most forgiving, most merciful. Uh, 174. Those who conceal God's revelations in the book and, and purchase for them a miserable profit, like Judas, like Judas. Judas is not mentioned here anyway, and purchase for them for them and purchase for them a miserable profit. They swallow into themselves not but fire. Oh, I didn't read the Arabic side. إن الذين يكتمون ما أنزل ما أنزل الله من كتاب ويشترون به ثمنا قليلا. ثمنا قليلا is miserable profit. That's how it's interpreted here. Tiny piece of money. ثمنا قليلا, small amount. ثمنا قليلا أولئك ما يأكلون في بطونهم إلا النار ولا يكلمهم الله يوم القيامة ولا يزكيهم ولهم عذاب أليم. Uh, those who conceal God's revelations in the book and purchase for them a miserable profit, Thamaran Kalilan, they swallow into themselves not but fire. فَيَأْكُلُوا فِي بُطُونِهِمْ إِلَّا النَّارَ. And God will not address them on the day of resurrection, nor purify them. Grievous will be their chastisement. God will, on the day of resurrection, he will address the righteous. Assalamu alaikum. Peace be unto you. That's the righteous. Then after some time, he will come and say, Idhulu Jannati. So peace be unto you. To the righteous, not to the wrongdoers. Then after that time, he will come and say, Idhulu Jannati. Enter my garden. Not to the unbelievers. Now, let's go to 175. أولئك الذين اشتروا الضلالة بالهدى والعذاب بالمغفرة فما أصبروهم على النار. They are the ones who buy error in place of guidance. Dalalatun wal huda. Error is dalalatun bil huda with They buy guidance. They buy error with guidance, and torment in place of forgiveness. They also buy torment in place of forgiveness. Mm. So if you're a believer, you can easily be forgiven. Mm. And torment in place of forgiveness. Ah, what boldness for the fire. Ah, what boldness they show for the fire. So in the world here, they show boldness, but God is telling them, you are not showing only boldness, you are only showing boldness for the fire, or boldness into the fire. Let's go to 176. What does it say? ذلك بأن الله نزل الكتاب بالحق وإن الذين اختلفوا في الكتاب لفي شكاك بعيدا. Mm. Their doom is because their doom is in inverted in brackets. Their doom is because God sent down the book in truth. That is, the Quran was sent in truth. But those who seek causes of dispute in the book are in a schism, far from the purpose. Mm? في شقاق بعيدا في شقاق بعيدا. They are in schism, far, 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 far from the purpose. Let's pause here. We'll go to the next section next time, which is beginning with 177. Let's see if we can read one or two stories from the tabloid. And this is titled, as usual, Love and Life. We have Love and Life. We haven't finished with them. That series, Love and Life. We will, and uh, the edition is Monday, September 22nd to September 28th. Uh, the caption here is Man jailed for 20 years. Man jailed 20 years for raping three girls. Abba. Combined three girls. Well, okay, maybe people have broken that record. I can't tell. Hmm? So this is the headline. And you can see the picture of a beautiful lady here. Well, beauty lies in the eyes of the beholder. Somebody may not see her as beautiful because of the top. 15 ways to spice up your love. I think this is not it's not bad for married people anyway. Man jailed 20 years. Let's go to it and see. There are so many juicy stories here. Juicy being my term, but we can't read everything that there won't be time. So let's go to man jailed 20 years for raping three girls. And look at him. I don't know, two of them are handcuffed anyway. The Impresso Circuit presided, court is not added anyway, I'm not completing it. The Impresso Circuit, presided over by Justice Kwabena Asumedu, has sentenced a 38-year-old farmer, Samuel, Samuel Elias Ghana, to 20 years imprisonment for defiling three teenage girls. Presenting the facts of the case, Inspector Alex Jamra Achampon stated that both the accused and the victims are living in Nkoko Kuma, a suburb of Nkoko, that's in Ghana. He said somewhere in January 2001, the victims, 11 and 12 years respectively, were playing outside their house when the accused person called on them to come and collect their Christmas gifts. Well, here it is collected to come and collect their Christmas gifts. I'm collecting it to come and collect. Uh, Inspector Achampon said the victims, who did not suspect any ill motive, went to the accused room. According to the prosecutor, as soon as the victims entered the accused room, he quickly locked the door. Pardon me for laughing. You know, yes, even but as soon as they entered, he quickly locked the door. He quickly locked the door and turned his wireless to a high volume and turned his wireless to a high volume to prevent them from screaming to the hearing of outsiders and forcibly had sexual intercourse with them in turns. I don't know if he's crazy or I can't tell. Hmm? Thinking he's hiding from the world. Is he an ostrich? I don't know. I had sex with them in turns. After the act, he gave them 1,000 CDs each and warned them not to disclose it to anybody else they would die. This is always their way of doing things. They will threaten you with death, and then sometimes they succeed. Sometimes they succeed, and that's why they continue doing it. Yes. Uh, Inspector Achampong further said the victims kept the ordeal for fear of dying. He said later one of the victims' mother got hint of it, and when questioned her, her daughter, the English here is what I'm reading, it's not good. And when questioned her daughter, she mentioned the accused as the one who abused her and the two other girls. Inspector Champon said the two women then informed the parents of the other victims, who took them to the police station and lodged a complaint for the accuser's arrest. He said when the victims were sent, he said, he said when the victims were sent to hospital, medical examination confirmed that all the three girls were sexually abused. Passing the sentence, Justice Asamoah said, such a wicked person should not live among people in a society, and convicted him on his own plea. Chief in big trouble for bad behavior. Maybe I shouldn't read all of it. Under normal circumstances, people in leadership positions are revered and treasured in the society. Such personalities also have reciprocal duties towards society to merit the respect and privileges they enjoy. Okay, let me jump and go further and see. The chief, Nana Kofi Asamoah, it was Nana Kofi Asamoah the second was bonded to be of good behavior for 2 years for slapping a boy 12 years, or he faces a jail term of 2 years. So, well, I think it's an adult assault case. Pardon me. I think it's an assault case. What is the meaning of this dream? I feel insecure. I had sex with my best friend. I don't walk to my stepmother. I don't talk to my stepmother. I'm afraid he will kill me. Strange but true. So, yes, let's go to this strange. So, let's go to strange but true and see what is there. Longest boxing ring. Longest boxing reign. Joe Louis's heavyweight duration record of 11 years, 252 days stands for all divisions. In other words, he's been boxing for 11 years and then 252 days. That's all. The most recaptures. The only boxer to win a world title 5 times at one weight is Sugar Ray Robinson, born Walker Smith, born Walker Smith Jr. in Detroit, May 3rd, 1921, who beat Carmen Basilio of US in the Chicago Stadium on March 25th, 1958. Most of us were not born. I was alive. I was alive anyway. I was born in the Gold Coast, not Ghana, so I'm a Gold Coaster. Mm. So 1958, in the Chicago Stadium to regain the world middleweight title for the fourth time. So this for football fans. The other title wins were over Jake LaMotta of US in Chicago in February 14, 1951, Randy Turpin of UK in New York City, I think that's New York City, on and instead of on, you say and. Well, I won't criticize him because I'm also being criticized. On September 12, 1951, Calbabo Orson of US in Chicago on December 9th, 1955, and Gene Fulmer, also of US in Chicago on May 1st, 1957. Amateur World Championship. Hmm. Two boxers have on three world championship have two boxers have on three world championship into brackets instituted 1974. The Teofilo Stevenson of Cuba, Teofilo Stevenson of Cuba, heavyweight 1978 and 1986, and Adolfo Horta, born 3rd October 1957 in Cuba, Bataan 1978, Feather 1982, and Lightweight 1986. They should all be very old now if they are not dead. May God have mercy on them, and may God have mercy on me, and may God have mercy on all of you. All of us will go. Okay. Longest title fight. The longest world title fight under Queensberry rules was between the high-weight Joe Gans, 1874 and 1874 to 1910 of the U.S., and Oscar Battling Nelson, Oscar into inverted commas Battling Nelson, 1882 to 1954. The Durable Dean as Goldfield, of Goldfield, November, I don't know, 2 days, September 3rd, 1906. It was terminated in the 42nd round when Gans was declared the winner on a foul. A foul. Most title bouts. The record number of title bouts in a career is 37, of which 18 ended in no decision. Mm. The record number of title bouts in a career is 37, of which 18 ended in no decision by three-time world heavyweight champion Jack Britton of US, born 1885 to 1962. Oh God. From 1915 to 1922. Now, most titles simultaneously. Oh, this all dealing with boxing. Okay, this is for boxing fans. The only man who, the only man to hold title, the only man to hold world title at three weight is simultaneously. Oh, sorry, it's printing mistake. To hold world title at three weights simultaneously was Henry Homicide Hank. Armstrong, hey, it's a long name, was Henry Homicide Hank Armstrong, born December 12, 1912, of the US at featherweight, highweight, and welterweight from August to December 1938. Ah, that's a century ago or more. Youngest heavyweight champion, Mike Tyson at 20 years, 140. Mike Tyson at 20 years, 145 old. Oh, I don't know. 145 old. I don't know. I don't understand it. Maybe 145 pounds. I don't know. 145. Or is it 45 pounds old? Sorry. Weighing 220 pounds. The youngest heavyweight champion on boxing history. Won all but two of his first 31 fights by knockout. Oh, bad spelling. Huh? It's been won all but two. Instead of two, or we say 2-0. And then knockout, we say no out. 15 of them in the first round, including six in a row, in the initial round in 1984 to 1987. So I think it's the present Mike Tyson. At the age of 13, Tyson moved from reformatory where he had spent 2 years to the home and tutelage of prominent boxing teacher Kus Damoto, died 1985. No, it might be a different side Tyson. Okay, died 1985, who had previously brought Floyd Patterson from reformatory to the world heavyweight champion and Joe Torres to the light heavyweight champion. Tyson is managed by Bill Kaysen and Jay and Jacobs, the manager of Wilfred Benitez, who won three world titles, and Edwin Patton, who won the lightweight title. Okay, let's go to the last story. Knockout percentage. I believe football fans will enjoy it. That's why I'm reading it. George Foreman, born January 10, 1949, had the highest career knockout percentage of any heavyweight champion. In his 47 professional fights, Foreman KOD 42 opener. I don't know what KOD means. Cocked. I don't know what KO stroke D means. Foreman KO'd stroke D. I think knocked out 42 opponents and knocked out 42 opponents, thus winning 89.39% of his bout by knockout. So, listeners, viewers, let's stop here and continue next time. Maybe we shall continue with the same paper if there are any uh, juicy stories to share. The juicy in my word. Thank you very much. Illa Lekai. May God bless you.